Before we dive in, let me know down below where you're watching from and hit like and subscribe if you can't stand entitled neighbors yet. You know the type. Now, let's get into a story so absurd you'd swear I made it up, but trust me, I couldn't invent this much drama if I tried. You ever wake up and just know something's off? That weird little itch in your brain? That was me, Tuesday morning, stepping out to my backyard with my coffee, just trying to mind my business. The birds were yelling. The neighbor's dog was on his usual nonsense. My tomatoes were looking half dead, but something wasn't right. I could feel in my bones, like when you lock your front door and 5 minutes later you're not sure if you really did. That's when I noticed the back corner where my washing machine had always sat looked empty. I mean, not just someone moved it empty, but like now you see it, now you don't kind of magic trick empty. My name's Marcus, not Darius. For privacy's sake, and I'm not some oblivious dude. I notice when my neighbor, Mrs. Chong, swaps out her garden gnomes, or when the mailman's wearing different shoes. But a whole washing machine? Missing? Out of nowhere. That's next level. At first, my brain tried to find a reasonable explanation. Did I sell it? Nope. Would have remembered that. Repossessed? Please. Haunted and walked away? I was almost ready to believe it. I paced my backyard, looking for clues, and it hit me. The last time I used it was Sunday night, loading up my work clothes before another week in the coding trenches. Monday was a haze of meetings and headaches. By Tuesday morning, poof, appliance gone, like it never existed. Not a scratch on the fence, no tire tracks, no mess, just rust stains where the machine had stood. Was I losing my mind? I actually started questioning if I'd ever own a washing machine, like maybe I'd been taking my laundry to the mat like some kind of amnesiac peasant. But the stains were real, the faint marks from the machine's feet, all there. Somebody had taken my washing machine, and that's when the real paranoia set in. My first move? Call my buddy Andre, 2 streets over, work security. If anyone knows the weird stuff that happens around here, it's him. Hey man, someone jacked my washing machine, I told him. He cackled for a good 30 seconds before promising to swing by. This was too good to pass up. While waiting, I did a sweep around my house. I've got a decent lot, privacy fence, and the gate was locked up tight. But the kitchen door? Tiny fresh scratches around the lock like someone had tried to pick it. That's when the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. Someone hadn't just stolen my machine if he'd been inside my house. Andre showed up, all business. This ain't amateur hour, he said, shining his flashlight on the lock. Whoever did this knew what they were doing. Suddenly, this wasn't just about an appliance site, felt personal. But why a washing machine? I had way more valuable stuff in the house and cash on the counter. Why risk breaking and entering for an old Whirlpool? Unless, Andre said, they weren't breaking in to steal it. Maybe someone's been using it while you're away. I nearly laughed, but then I remembered. I travel for work, and my schedule's pretty much public knowledge. Could someone really have been sneaking in, doing laundry, and then bouncing before I got home? We poked around the house. The coffee maker was moved, crumbs by the toaster, laundry soap half gone. Andre just shook his head. You got yourself a laundry ghost. We both cracked up, but honestly, it was the only explanation that made sense. Until the doorbell started ringing like someone was trying to punch a hole through it. Now, I wasn't expecting anyone. Andre, and I shared a look. Was this the culprit coming back? A shrill voice echoed through the door, mispronouncing my last name, demanding I open up. I peeked through the blinds and honestly, you can't make this UPA woman who looked straight out of a viral care meme, standing there in a floral dress, death gripping a laundry basket like it was a life preserver. She was furious, red-faced, and ready for a fight. Open up, Marcus. I know you're in there, she screamed. Andre tried not to laugh, but the situation was so bizarre, I was half expecting a camera crew to jump out yelling, gotcha. I opened the door, hands up in surrender. She launched into a tirade about her washing machine, how I'd taken it away, and now she couldn't get her son's soccer uniform clean for the big game. I stood there, jaw hanging. Ma'am, what are you talking about? That was my washing machine, and it's been stolen. Her name, she finally spat, was Dorothy. I'm from 1247 Oak Street, and I know you took it just to spite me. Oak Street is nowhere near my house, but apparently she had mapped out the whole neighborhood in her mind. Dorothy, I don't know you. That machine was in my yard behind a locked gate. Andre jumped in. Ma'am, if you've been using his machine without permission, that's not borrowing, that's trespassing. Dorothy didn't miss a beat. If you didn't want people to use it, you should have put up a sign, she shouted, as if property law worked like fridge notes in a shared apartment. The neighbors were starting to gather misses. Chong peeking from behind her roses, the Rodriguez kids on their bikes, a full audience for the madness playing out on my porch. Dorothy's son, Kevin, showed up mid-30s, gym clothes, annoyed to be dragged into this. Tell him to give back our machine, Mom. Turns out, Kevin rents Dorothy's basement, and his rent included laundry at her place, not mine. But Dorothy's machine had died months ago, and rather than fix it, she decided to help herself to mine. Andre, ever the pro, kept a straight face. Sir, you realize your landlord's been committing multiple crimes, right? Dorothy's grip on reality was loosening. She started screaming about discrimination. You're only calling me out because I'm a woman, because I'm white. The crowd went dead silent. Andre, calm as ever, told her race had nothing to do with it. You're just not allowed to break into someone's house to do laundry, no matter who you are. I almost felt sorry for Kevin as he tried to fade into the background, but Dorothy kept doubling down. You ruined my life. I'll call the police if you don't return my machine. Andre flashed his badge. Turns out he was off duty, but still a cop hand laid out the charges she could face if she kept it up. Trespassing, theft, vandalism, impersonating an attorney. Yes, she tried that too. The real kicker? Dorothy had actually moved my washing machine to her own backyard. Andre found it, hooked up to a garden hose and an extension cord, chugging away next to a pile of garbage. When the police showed up to recover it, Dorothy screamed about relocating it, not stealing, and demanded I pay her for the detergent she'd used. You can't make this stuff up. Every day that week, I woke up to new nonsense. My yard covered in toilet paper, chalk graffiti accusing me of theft, fake legal letters demanding money for emotional distress. It was all so surreal. It felt like being trapped in a sitcom where every punchline was just a little bit crazier than the last. And just when I thought it was over, Dorothy tried to take the machine back with a crowbar. Caught on my security camera, chased off by sirens, arrested by the same officer who'd dealt with her before. The neighbors watched it all unfold like a real-life reality show. Dorothy got charged, evicted, and according to Andre, became infamous at the local precinct as the laundry bandit of Oak Street. You know what gets me? If Dorothy had just knocked on my door 3 months ago and asked, I might have let her use the machine. But some folks, they don't ask. They just take, and then make you the villain when the truth comes out. In the end, she lost her home, her tenant, and her freedom all over a pile of dirty laundry and a refusal to admit she was wrong. So what would you have done in my shoes? Do you think Dorothy was just desperate, or was this pure entitlement? Let's get a debate going in the comments. Where's the line between neighborly help and outright theft? Is there ever a time when borrowing crosses into stealing? And what's the wildest neighbor story you've got? Drop it below. I can't wait to hear them.